8:15. Now, they are silent. They can go up to 70 miles an hour and they are causing havoc in towns and cities across the UK.
Yes, we're talking about electric motorbikes, which are being ridden illegally on roads, parks and pavements. Dan Johnson has been looking at this problem, been out to find out more about it. Dan, what can you tell us?
Good morning. Yes, I'm sure people will have seen these. We're talking about electric motorbikes. This sort of thing, not regular e-bikes or scooters. These are different. They can do those sorts of tricks because they don't have to be pedalled like other e-bikes. They're also not speed restricted. So that means they are usually being ridden illegally and they have become a huge challenge for the police. They're often going dangerously fast. You can see how quick this one is going. Or they're being used in crime. So lots and lots of communities up and down the country have experienced this sort of nuisance, and they're often being ridden in big groups by youngsters with their faces covered. They can be quite intimidating at times. And some of these battery-powered bikes can reach 60 or 70 miles an hour. So there is a risk, both to the young people, mostly who are riding them, and to the wider public as well. And there are questions about the safest tactics that the police should be using to stop this. Most officers want to see better guidance because stopping the bikes is so difficult. They are a problem all over, but the police in Bristol showed us some of their frustration and the dilemmas that officers are facing day to day out and about, but also the new ways that they are coming up with to follow and to stop these young riders.
If you can withdraw for now, so we've got Stinger contingencies.
We've now got 2 Cyril motorcycles out and about.
It's an electric-powered bike. He's in black clothing.
This is a menace tearing through communities.
It's a huge issue. The best word to describe is relentless.
He's got no helmet on.
They're going about 80 miles per hour in a car park, doing wheelies and doing God knows what, and shouting abuse at people while they're doing it.
Teenagers riding high-speed electric bikes.
You imagine 4 kids on bikes coming towards you with balaclavas, just their eyes. How the old people are feeling?
It's fun. It's fun for me. I likes the thrill of it.
The police are being taunted.
Did they have a bike with them? Stand by, temporary loss.
And can be left looking powerless.
It is confirmed that you're not to pursue the vehicle, please.
It's a game. They're getting us to chase our tails, basically.
Does anyone know what sort of range these bikes have?
And lives are being put at risk.
Or someone's going to get killed.
Really?
Yeah, hurt or killed.
I don't want these people to be losing their lives because of an issue on a motorbike.
So I don't think police can win.
One detained. Blackthorn close.
All right then, welcome back to Off-Road. Off-road motorcycles are historically linked to Bristol South. Those involved drive carelessly, dangerously and put other members of the public at risk of harm.
In Bristol, officers are ready to go after the electric bikes. But listen to the word of caution.
You'll all be aware of the incidents that took place over in Cardiff. 2 cases have ended with tragic consequences for everyone involved, where there's suggestion officers have been following these vehicles.
This was Cardiff back in May, an estate up in flames after the death of 2 teenagers. Harvey Evans and Kyrie Sullivan crashed their electric motorbike, a Sur-Ron. They'd been followed shortly before by a police van. The South Wales officers are still under investigation, one accused of dangerous driving.
We're going to go into Hartcliffe now and show our presence, show them that we're out and about. The purpose of this op is to improve public confidence, as well as stopping the offences in question, but actually show that we won't stand for it either and we need to get out and start dealing with it. There's a lot of Sur-Ron bikes driving antisocially and just antagonising people.
Can we confirm what sort of speed he's doing?
30.
Electric motorbikes are higher powered than regular e-bikes and capable of much greater speeds.
They are dangerous pieces of kit if you haven't got the relevant training behind you, because they can go off at high speeds like that.
Most aren't road legal. The Sur-Ron is the most popular.
We have to bear in mind that if they're young riders, they might not be experienced on that bike. Therefore, if a police vehicle is to get behind them, they might come off. And we have to be proportionate and realistic in how we're dealing with it. And if it means letting them go and we can identify them later, then so be it. We'll have to do that.
But that means communities up and down the country have been left in fear.
I'm too scared to take my own babies out because of it, just in case they get hit or something. And it's been the same now for 2 years, and I can't stick it anymore, and I want to leave. They're not even wearing helmets. That's the main thing, and I'm moaning about them, but I'm also worried about them because I don't want them falling off and killing themselves.
I mean, more than once I've come down the road on my walker, and I didn't even know they're behind me, and it misses you about that much. The police's hands are tied because if they chase them and anything happens to the kids, they're in the wrong. But it's also a case of if they don't chase them or do something, they're also in the wrong.
What is the police allowed to do, seriously? Oh, sorry, slap on that hand, you've been a very naughty boy, now go on home. No.
The police are taking new approaches from the air and on their own bikes, including a Sur-Ron. But stopping these teenagers still isn't easy.
All right, well, anyway, this guy's made off.
There we go, so we've now got one of the electric motorcycles, a Sur-Ron.
Watch how quickly the bike takes off.
A green or khaki green motorbike.
That's an electric motorbike, unrestricted speed. It's not legal on the road unless it's registered, taxed, insured and ridden wearing a helmet.
He's making off.
They're literally asking you to chase them. So it is very frustrating because they're doing dangerous things. You want to stop that, but you have to take into consideration what could happen.
Which one's this then?
Solera Sting.
Right.
They won't stop for the police, but we managed to get one young rider to talk.
They're eco-friendly, they're not they're quiet, they're better than mopeds, all the pollution and that.
But you're not riding that to be eco-friendly, are you?
No, I'm riding it for the fun of it.
It's not legal on the road though, is it?
No.
So you shouldn't even be here, really?
Nah, but it's what, isn't it? I like the thrill of it. It's your choice if you want to get one, you want to take the risk. That's what I'm doing, I'm taking the risk. I know that it could get took like that.
Some people think they are dangerous.
Yeah, well, they could be dangerous if you ride them dangerous. Personally, that's what I think. Obviously, I don't ride this dangerous. I don't want to harm anybody.
Have you been chased by the police?
Yeah.
What's that like?
Just gets used to it now.
What's the key to getting away from the police?
Lanes, little alleyways.
Just moving his bike round a chicane.
If they're cutting through these gaps, and as much as it pains me to say, then yeah, well, unfortunately we do have to let them go because it's just, you can't force a car through a gap. That's not going to happen. If you're on foot, again, you're up against it. No negative. We're on the alleyway. Takes a left at Broadfield.
There's a sense the law isn't keeping up with the quickly developing technology, and officers want clearer guidance and more action.
Well, that's a no trace. We need to do some serious look at our policy and what we've got in play to be able to do something about it.
So something's got to change?
Yeah, it does need to change. We need to start getting the results a little bit clearer. We need to start prosecuting people. We need the results from the court. Stop there then, pal. We need something to start showing that we mean business and we're not going to take it anymore.
Withdrawal. Empath to follow until he runs out of battery and then we'll strike him.
There is some success on Bristol streets. After officers were told to drop back, the helicopter kept tracking this rider.
One detained. Blackthorn Close.
He was jailed for 7 months and banned from driving. But there is a new generation of young riders now reaching for the saddle.
Dan, lots of people getting in touch on this morning, saying it's affected their communities, and lots of them asking what is the difference between an e-motorbike like those, an e-scooter, an e-bicycle? Explain.
It's complicated. I think the easiest way to explain it is a scooter, the sort of thing you stand on, not road legal unless it's part of the government trial, the sort of thing that's happening in London or Bristol. An e-bike is something that you pedal, but you get a bit of battery assistance and the speed is usually restricted at 15.5 miles an hour. That's road legal in the same way that a bike is. An electric motorbike is just press the accelerator and go. No pedalling, no speed restriction, high power, high speed. That's the sort of thing that is reaching 60, 70 miles an hour, the sort of thing that is really hurting people and causing a nightmare for communities and for the police.
And you mentioned 60, 70 miles an hour. This is the problem, is that they go so fast.
Yeah, the acceleration is phenomenal. Just to see it, you're like, whoa, they just vanish. That's why the police are powerless to do anything. It's why some of these riders are at such risk, because they don't have the training. Those sorts of electric motorbikes are only road legal if they're taxed, insured, the rider's got a licence, passed a test and wearing a helmet. A lot of these teenagers have none of those things, none of those protections, and they don't have the training. They're not they're not capable of riding that safely. That's part of the risk. And then there's the police involvement, whether they should pursue or drop back, the difficult dilemma that they are facing across the country.
And you've given us a snapshot there of what they're doing in Bristol, but I guess different forces, different communities are tackling this in different ways. It's not consistent.
It's not. There's different guidance. There are different policies in different police forces, different parts of the country. It is a problem up and down. All sorts of communities are frustrated by this. And I think particularly what I got from the officers was that some more consistent guidance, perhaps even tighter law, would help them know exactly what they should be doing. We understand that the body that represents the chief police officers does keep this under review and may be looking at further guidance on this.
Dan, thanks very much indeed. Incredible report, amazing pictures. Thank you.
And a huge response from you. Do keep those comments coming. We'll read out some a bit later.